What's up? All good? Great. So today we will solve the question number of islands. So let's see what is this question. Given an n cross n 2D binary grid which represents a map of ones which is a land and zeros which is water. Return the number of islands. So what we have given this, we have been given with a grid, binary 2D grid, in which contains ones and twos, where one represents land and zero represents water. Okay, and we need to return the number of islands. So what is an island? Let's see. An island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally or vertically. You may assume all four edges of the grid are all surrounded by water. Okay, so what is an island? An island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting all the lands. Okay, so let's see. So see, in this example, here are ones and zeros. Okay, where this one represents land and 0 represents water, right? Okay, cool. So we need to return the number of lands. So what is an island? An island is something which is formed by connecting lands. Okay, so this is a land. So if we can traverse from here to here, then this. Yeah. So this complete one thing is a land, right? Right, cool. So this is one land, and see this is another land, and see this is another land. So here overall we have three islands. Sorry, this is an island formed by connecting these two lands. Okay, so what we can do is that you can see that here you have these islands, right? So if you see, if you start traversing from here, right? So you can go to here because in the question you have been given that you can traverse in all the four directions. So you can go here, here, and here. But this is not a valid condition, so we will not go here. So you can go here and here. Okay, then here from this land, you can go to this land, this side, and this side. But see, this is not land, so we will not go here. This is not a valid condition, so we will not go here. And this is a land, yeah, so we will also visit it. But here in this case, it will try to go the position from where it had come. So here comes the picture in which we need to check whether if the land is already visited, then we will not visit it again. Okay, cool. So but how we can find the number of islands? So see, here if you start traversing from this, and this. Okay, so then you will end up traversing this complete island. Then you will need another piece of land to start traversing to get an island. So then you will see, it don't have any connecting land. So this is a complete island on itself. So you can see here these are connected. So are you getting some idea? So see, it is a connected component of lands. So what is an island? Island is a connected component of lands. So what we can do is, so now from the connected components, most of you have got the idea that what we need to do here is, so we need to find the number of connected components in this grid. Okay. But we have studied to find the number of connected components in a graph, not a grid. So see, it is also a graph. This is one, this is one, this is zero, this is zero. Treat it as a graph. Treat it as a graph. See, we can traverse from this node to this node, this node, this node, and this node. So in from every node, we can traverse in all the four directions, right? So treat all the indexes of the grid as a node and start traversing from that node in all the four directions and keep on traversing till when you get the one. So what could be the possible path for this? Like these all four ones are given in this grid, right? So you can traverse in this direction, you can traverse in this direction, or you can traverse in this direction, or you can traverse in any direction, right? In all the four directions. Okay. So this any one path could be the possible path for traversing all these four nodes, right? Okay. So now here we can apply either BFS or DFS, doesn't matter. So you can go with any approach because we just need to traverse all the islands, all the lands in the grid. Okay, so what we can do is we can just start traversing from this one, right? We can just start traversing from this node. And if it is one, then we will continue to traverse in all the four directions. Okay, now we will reach this node. Now we will check whether the node is visited or not because from this node all the four directions are possible, right? But if we will go to this node back, then we will just stuck in a loop like this. So we need to apply a check whether the node is visited or not. Okay, so whenever we have ended checking all the connected lands, then we will increase our pointer of number of islands because now we have got our one island. Now we will again check if it is one, then we will again start traversing our grid in all the four directions, and then we will again able to get the island, and then in this way we will able to get all the number of islands in our grid. So here there are three islands, but in another example, see now here we can start traversing from this land, or we can say this node. Now from this node we can reach this node. Now from this node there are four possible directions. So now we will check. If it is visited, then we will not go here. If it is invalid, then we will not go here. Yeah, it's grand, so we will reach there, we will reach there. Now from here also there are four possible directions. It is invalid, we will not go there. It is land, we will go there. It is visited, we will not again visit it. If it is water, then also we will not visit it. Now from this node we can go in all the four directions. So this is invalid, this is land, so we will visit it. Now from here we can go in all the four directions. This is already visited. We will not go here. This is invalid, this is water. So we will not go here. Now from this node we will try to the reach all the four directions. This is visited, this is water, this is land, this is land. Now from this land, we will try to iterate over all the four directions. So this is visited, this is visited, this is invalid, this is land. Now from here, we will try to reach all the four directions. This is water, this is invalid path, this is already visited, this is already visited. So see, we have visited all our lands and have iterated over an island, right? In this way. So this is our one island in this grid, right? So I think you get it. Like we just need to start iterating over our complete grid and apply a check. If this is one, if that index of the grid is 1 and it is not visited as well, then we will apply a DFS. And then in the DFS, we will end up checking all the connected lands and making an island. So let's see how we can code this. This is the kind of very simple question of the graph. So see, here we have initialized our visited vector of n comma n size initialized with 0, and then we have start iterating on our complete grid, right? Now see, if grid is equals to 1, it means if this is land and it is not visited, then we will do the DFS traversal. And then this will end up giving us an island. So we will simply increase our number of islands. So see how it will end up giving us island. So see, if it is invalid, like if our pointer goes out of bound, right? This is not an invalid index, so we have applied this race condition. Or if it is water, or if it is visited, then we don't need to go there as we have seen in this example. Like if it is invalid, if it is water, or if it is visited, then we will not visit that index. So simply we will return here. And then again, if we are going to that index, we will simply mark it as visited. And then we will simply go in all the four directions. See, if we are at 0, comma 0, Then we will go to 0 plus 1. It means row plus 1 and the column will remain same. It means bottom. I minus 1j, it means row is decrease and column remains same. It means we are moving in the upward direction. I comma j plus 1, it means row is remaining same and column is increasing. It means we are going in forward direction. I comma j minus 1, it means row is remaining same and we are going in the backward direction. If we are decrementing the column, it means we are going in the backward direction. So in this way, we will be iterating over all the four directions, right? So this DFS traversal will end up giving a complete island and will increase our number of islands. And then again, if we reach any other land, then we will again start traversing all the connected lands with that land, so that we will end up getting our total number of islands. Okay, so I hope you get it. Now let's discuss this time and space complexity. So in this, the time complexity will be big of m into n. Why? Because we are traversing each index of the grid, or we can say each node only once. So its time complexity will be big of n, m cross n. See, if you say that, if you, I think you would say that you are learning this m into n loop, then inside this you are using DFS. So how its complexity can be m cross n? See, we are running the same cross and loop, right? But we are using DFS only when we are iterating over the land, right? So overall, we will be iterating over each index only once. So that's why its time complexity is big of n cross n. And what will be its space complexity? So as we are using this visited vector space, so its space complexity will be n cross n, and the cursive static space complexity will also be there, which will be n cross n, because in the worst case, we will end up pushing all the elements in our stack. But that is the very rare case. But yeah, in the worst case, this will be m cross n, so it will be 2 into m cross n. It can be reduced to a little bit, like it can become n cross n, because we cannot reduce recursive static space here. But yeah, see, we can reduce this visited time complexity. How? Visited vector time complexity. How? See, if we, but this is not a very good way, because in the interview you should ask whether you should do or not, because by removing this visited vector, I will be updating my input grid vector. So you should not be doing this in the first approach, because modifying the input is not a very good way. So see, if we remove this vector visited and then remove this check, okay, and then instead of visited, if I will write grid of ij equals to 0. So what I am doing is I am just updating the index by 0, so that I will never end up coming to this index again, because I am checking this condition that if grid of ij is equals to 1, only then I am coming to that index. If this is 0, then I am not going to that index. So in this way, by updating the input, we can reduce our space complexity of visited vector. But you should always ask your interviewer in any interview that can I update the input, because updating the input in first go without asking anyone, this is not a good practice. So yeah, this was the time and space complexity of this. You can also do it in the by BFS. This is a very simple question. I hope you get it. If you still have any doubts, you can post in the comment section. I will try to answer them. Till then, bye bye guys. See you soon in the next video.